and welcome to this edition of The Pipeline, where we are refining the news that is important to you. The EIA has unveiled an expanded interactive mapping system that displays the specific locations of oil and gas wells and allows users to see developments in specific plays. The new data makes it easier to visualize the intense amount of oil and natural gas activity underway in Texas, North Dakota, and the Northeast. As shale and other forms of unconventional drilling transform the regions, the website provides basic information on the type of well and location, both onshore and offshore. But in most cases, it does not list the well's owner or other details. In addition to the new well data, the mapping system allows viewers to locate pipelines, power plants, coal mines, and fossil fuel resources across the United States. It also rates regions for their renewable energy and biofuel potential. The EIA mapping site also identifies all power plants by fuel type and overall capacity, giving users a better idea of potential power production in any given area. The EIA's mapping tool is one of several new information sources tracking the oil and gas boom, transforming the United States. In October, the agency began issuing a monthly report on the productivity of new wells, the decline rates of old ones, and overall production of 6 of the most active drilling plays. And now over to Stephanie to talk about the booming Utica shale play.
The Utica Shale region now has 300 producing oil and gas wells, which is another milestone for the young shale play. The latest update from the Ohio Department of Natural Resources shows 300 active wells out of 707 wells drilled. There are 38 rigs and over 1,000 permits issued for horizontal drilling. And last week there were 14 new permits issued, mostly to Chesapeake Energy Corporation, which holds 172 well permits. Chesapeake recently said that it will spend 20% less on its capital expenditures than it did last year. They also said that they plan to spend between $5.2 billion and $5.6 billion in 2014. While they will spend less, they will focus on drilling in the U.S. shale regions with natural gas liquids that should offer high returns. The bulk of Chesapeake's 2014 budget is scheduled for drilling in the Eagle Ford shale field in Texas, and the company is dedicating 15% to the Utica shale play. Back to you, Mia.
By the end of the year, the U.S. could be exporting as much as 500,000 barrels per day of crude oil, even if current restrictions on U.S. exports remain in place. But beyond that, U.S. drillers would seriously struggle to find a market for their surging crude production, as exports remain constrained and U.S. refiners lack optimal processing capacity for domestic oil. The oversupply could then cause U.S. crude prices to plunge and production to be shut in. Ed Morse, who is Citi Research's global head of commodities, said that sooner or later, given production growth, more exports need to be considered. The U.S. exports around 200,000 barrels per day to Canada under an exception to the restrictions imposed by Congress in the wake of the 1973 Arab oil embargo, which otherwise largely bans all U.S. crude exports. In addition to allowing some exports to Canada, the law allows exports of Alaskan North Slope crude. Analysts on the panel said they expect exports to Canada to double by year's end to at least 400,000 barrels per day. But without some relaxation of the export ban, even exports to Canada could suffer, and U.S. overproduction could become a real issue. That's all the time we have for today. Thanks for watching, and remember, we're drilling only for the relevant news and bringing it to you through the pipeline.